Hi, how you doing there? This is Kent Brasselhoff and of course Jordy Heineman. Skittles, dangerous to infants' puberty salad? Find out at 7. In other news, several tried men were found excavating in the cornfield next door. More at that at 11. But first, our top story. Quantum leap researchers have found that donkeys may have a neonatal breeding system common mostly to sea owls. Also, tree trunks, possible cure for cancer. That's something good. Sometimes I like to shave my head at night. Possible story? Perhaps not. This news has been mainly the rantings of me, hardly even equitable of a newscast. But first, we're going to go ahead and go to Story Foster. He's for sports and more, so we'll be back for more in just a titch. Thanks.
Hi, have you ever heard about sports? Well, if you haven't, this is where to come. Here!
Where?
We're working out today. Most bodybuilders today use steroids. Drugs? First exercise, bench press. You can do this in your home. You need is a bar. We'll do it upside down. Oh. That's mainly, you can stick with more. Also, these work. Other news, the hometown team won. The hometown team, they beat other. There's also teams just forming. High schools are winning against each other. Towns, these teams are taking. Having fights in games. Back to him.
Hi, does the nipple coloration of your wife lead to diabetes? Find out later at 12. But first, a very interesting story. We're going to go to Chuck Greenwich Moocow. He's in southern Pennsylvania for a very interesting story about roosters. Chuck?
Hey, it's Chuck here. I'm in the farm, and we saw 3 roosters, and they were flying. And we told Aunt Margaret, we were like, hey, Margie, did you see the rooster? And she said it was her rooster, and she fed it potatoes this morning. So we went off to potatoes. And we got the potatoes, and we saw the potatoes, and we fed those tomatoes. And they were tomato potatoes, and they were the best tomatoes I've ever felt, ever. And then I ate one, and I flew, too. I flew higher than I've never flew before. And then my mom started crying, and I started crying. It was the best day ever. Praise the Lord. It was the greatest day ever. Those roosters, they all died today.
Hi, welcome Black. Black people? Ruining the trade routes? Perhaps. But first, a lighthearted story. Several children were slaughtered in a freak bus accident today when a bus careened over the edge of a careening van that was falling down 3 stories due to a loss of traction. In other news, here's the weather. John Percy will report.
Hello. There's many things afoot in the weather today, including this story. You can see, in this part of the country, it's still raining outside. But here, it's more dry. Also, other stories in local weather. There's snow's coming down. Kids are playing outside. You might want to wear more clothes. Perhaps a towel. Also, if it's not as warm, you could wear coats, gloves, there's mittens, hats, scarves, neck warmers, leg warmers, long johns, Under Armour, warming pads, warm pants. You could go inside. You could have chicken noodle soup. If it's raining, you could wear dry suits. You could wear wetsuits. You could have an umbrella. You could have a rain stopper, a poncho. You could wear hats. You could go fishing if it's not raining and it's warm. And also, there's one more thing about the weather. Most people didn't know that the weather is changing right now. So if you want, you can come to our website, where I'm always updating new things to wear for the weather, such as if it's warm, t-shirts, wife beaters, shorts, sandals, scandals, tennis shoes, short socks, long socks if you want, pants, maybe, if they have holes in them. You could not wear a shirt, you could wear a hat or not, you could wear a ball cap, a visor, sunglasses. Okay. Back to the newsroom.
Hello there, Charles Donahue. Today, Lefty Dickens is out. Our first story begins with a pillow fight gone tragic, several infants brutally murdered with the upstroke of several pillows. The death toll has now reached over 1,000 children. In our next top story, we'll go ahead and talk about the dangers of Nerf pistols. Another child died in a Nerf pistol accident today. A bit more humorous, the story. A zebra stole a semi during the day. Also very interesting to note, the zebra was colorblind. Irony? Perhaps not. Though several children were raped, it ended up being a fun picnic for everyone. A ginger student at Western Michigan shot several times in the appendix. Many strategists blame George Bush, while some would blame the gunman. Also, Jimmy Neutron fans barkled into the park today for what could be the largest sit-down strike of anyone under the age of 47. Of course, we always remember the last incident in Chicago in 1964.